morning and a very warm welcome. You are watching JanataTelevision and this is the English Bulletin with me, Anustha, Acharya. The top stories first. House of Representatives passes Appropriation Bill, Senate boycotts lower house. Communication Minister refuses US military presence in Nepal. The minister urges for joint effort to complete MCC on time. Nepal to sign labour post with the UK, government to accept Rs 366 million grant from Japan. UK offers a helping hand to Ukraine, agrees to host Ukrainian leaders to discuss reconstruction. And Nepal's national football team returns from Kuwait. Captain Navayuk Shrestha happy with new players despite their defeat. And now the news in detail. The House of Representatives has passed the Appropriation Bill 2079 BS on Thursday. The proposal to pass the Appropriation Bill 2079 presented by Finance Minister Janata Sharma in Parliament meeting yesterday was passed by a majority of House of Representatives. The main opposition party, the CPNUML, had boycotted the meeting, accusing Finance Minister Janata Sharma of involving unauthorized persons in the process of drafting and budget. Speaker Agni Prasad Sapkota presented the appropriation bill for decision. Yesterday's House of Representatives meeting also passed Finance Bill 2022, Bill designed to recover public debt 2022 and Bill on debts, and surely 25th Amendment by a majority of votes. Speaker Agni Prasad Sapkota has fixed the date for June 20 for clause-wise discussions on the Finance Bill 2022. Likewise, responding to the lawmakers' concerns on bill designed to recover public debt 2022, Finance Minister Sharma said debts would be collected only if necessary. Minister Sharma also argued that production should be encouraged by discouraging loans. Minister for Communications and Information Technology Gyanendra Bahadur Karki has clarified that there is no truth in the US military presence in Nepal. Minister Karki made such remark while replying to the question raised by media person after the decision of the Council of Ministers was made public on Thursday, stating that Nepal is a sovereign nation, and he claimed that no citizens or army of any other country can freely come here without fulfilling the required process. Stating that the MCC project has already been implemented, he said that the Nepali people will soon witness the rewards of the project. Minister Karki said that all should make joint efforts to benefit the Nepali society from the MCC project by completing it on time. The government of Nepal had decided to sign a bilateral labour pact with the British government. Unveiling the decision made by the Council of Ministers on Thursday, Minister for Tourism, Communication and Information Technology Gyanendra Bahadur Karki yesterday said that the two countries have agreed to sign the labour agreement. The government has also agreed to accept a grant of 376 million Japanese yen, which is approximately 366 million rupees, from the government of Japan for human resources development of Nepal. According to Minister Karki, the cabinet meeting on June 14 also decided to continue private housing reconstruction until July 16. Meanwhile, the Council of Ministers also decided to endorse the Action Plan 2078 related to the registration and leasing on government lands, and Procedure 2078 related to the action of sale of government properties and goods, and the Standards 2078 relating to treatment expenditure reliefs and monetary assistances. This is Janata Bulletin. We'll be right back after a short break. Welcome back after the break. We continue with other national news. The government yesterday confirmed 21 new cases of COVID-19 across the country. According to the Ministry of Health and Population, the number of active cases of COVID-19 has dropped to 150 after 9 people recovered from the disease. So far, a total of 979,137 people have tested positive for the virus in Nepal, while 966,962 people have already recovered. No new death from the virus was reported yesterday. The death toll from the virus remains constant at 11,951. Nepal is currently among top 66 countries affected by coronavirus. USA tops the list with 87.75 million cases, followed by India with 43.25 confirmed cases. The virus has infected more than 542.41 million people worldwide and has claimed over 6.33 million lives. Finance Minister Janata has claimed that he did not commit any reason by changing the tax rate. Responding to the questions raised by lawmakers in the House of Representatives meeting on Thursday, Minister Sharma said that there was no treason while changing the tax rate. He said that the necessary process of changing the revenue letters was decided after discussions between the committee, including the concerned departments, heads and secretaries. Minister Sharma said that he is fully responsible and accountable for the rates that have been changed as per the practice of changing the rates of revenue. He asserted that the tax rates were increased while taking into account the country's foreign exchange reserves, imports, production and the industrial environment. Minister Sharma clarified that no unauthorized persons was involved in the change of tax rates. Nepal's national politics is currently in turmoil over the State Partnership Program (SPP) with the United States. The government has not been able to convince that it does not want to join the SPP. A report.
The US-funded MCC was approved by House of Representatives in February amid fears that relations between Nepal and United States could sour due to the delay in endorsing the US aid project. About 4 months after the MCC approval, the issuing of the State Partnership Program with the United States has come under the spotlight. Voices against SPP have been growing, saying it seeks to include Nepal in a military alliance and that doing so would be against the non-aligned foreign policy of Nepal, stating that some leaders of the ruling parties were trying to create illusion that the SPP agreement was signed during KP Oli's tenure. The main opposition UML has objected to it, claiming that then Nepali Congress government was responsible for the SPP.
गठबन्धनलाई नेतृत्व गर्ने नेताहरू सरासर झुट कुरा बोलिरहनु भएको छ र उल्टो एउटा एमाले प्रति आक्षेप लगाउने काम गर्नुभएको छ। म निन्दा गर्न चाहन्छु। त्यसबेला वास्तवमा 2015 मा यो मुलुकको प्रधानमन्त्री सुशील कोइराला हुनुहुन्थ्यो। सम्भवतः त्यही बेला उहाँ रक्षा मन्त्री पनि हुनुहुन्थ्यो। 2017 मा त्यसबेला प्रधानमन्त्री शेरबहादुर देउबाजी हुनुहुन्थ्यो। रक्षा मन्त्रालय कसले चलाएको थियो शेरबहादुरजीले राम्ररी बुझ्नुहुन्छ।
The government has tried to clarify the issue after questions were raised about the SPP in Parliament. Speaking on behalf of Prime Minister Sher Bahadur Deuba at the House of Representatives meeting on Thursday, Home Minister Balkrishna Khar and Minister for Communication Gyanendra Bahadur Karki said that no decision has been taken by the government regarding the SPP.
स्टेट पार्टनरशिप प्रोग्रामको बारेमा धेरै कुराहरू उठेको छ। म नेपाल सरकारको तर्फबाट सम्माननीय सदनका समक्ष पुनः प्रश्न पार्न चाहन्छु। अमेरिकाको स्टेट पार्टनरशिप प्रोग्राममा नेपाल आबद्ध भएकै छैन। यस सम्बन्धी नेपाल सरकारले कुनै निर्णय गरेको पनि छैन। यस सम्बन्धीमा कुनै निर्णय गर्ने सोच राखेको पनि छैन। त्यसमा म सुस्पष्ट रूपमा आफ्नो प्रतिबद्धता व्यक्त गर्न चाहन्छु।
Earlier, the US Embassy in Nepal had said that Nepal had accepted the request in 2019 after it had applied twice in 2015 and 2017 to join the State Partnership Program SPP. However, in the House of Representatives meeting on Wednesday, Law, Justice and Parliamentary Affairs Minister Govinda Prasad Sharma Koirala claimed that Nepal had not made any agreement with the US for the SPP.
And now the news from economic front. Prime Minister Sher Bahadur Deuba has said that the government has given high priority to reduce the trade deficit through export promotion and production of highest quality of goods within the country. A report.
Prime Minister Sher Bahadur Deuba made such remark while inaugurating the Nepal Chamber Expo 2022 organized by Nepal Chamber of Commerce on Thursday. He said it is also the priority of government to substitute import by producing goods and services that can be produced within the country itself. The Prime Minister reiterated that export promotion and import substitution both would not be possible without the active participation and collaboration from the private sector. The government is willing to move ahead hand in hand with the private sector to contain the trade deficit within acceptable limit through export promotion. PM Deuba expressed the belief that the exhibition will help in export promotion as well as in the protection and sustainable development of small and medium scale industries of Nepal. Local goods manufactured in Nepal and Bangladesh have been kept for display and sale in trade fair cum exhibition that will last till June 20. The expo not only provides venue for trading of large number of goods at one place but also establishes direct contact between the products and the consumers, due to which the producers can contribute to trade promotion by assessing the market demand, Prime Minister Deuba said. The event is expected to make the economic atmosphere lively by marketing and internationalization of Nepali products. Interactions scheduled to be held among business communities and information exchanges on import and export on the sidelines of the event will provide a ground for operating and promoting transnational business and trade activities, according to the Prime Minister.
Time for a short break here at Janata Bulletin. Stay tuned for international news. Welcome back. Now the international news. Britain will welcome representatives from Ukraine and business leaders on Friday to discuss how UK companies can help rebuild key infrastructures in Kiev, as per Al Jazeera. Trade Secretary Anne Marie will seek to promote collaboration between British companies in infrastructures, energy and transport and Ukrainian public and private organizations to help repair damaged and destroyed infrastructures. Trevelyan will also announce changes to trade remedy measures, including reallocating ring-fenced market access for steel imports from Russia and Belarus to other countries, including Ukraine. New activity has been detected at North Korea's nuclear testing facility. According to a new analysis from the Center of Strategic and International Studies, North Korea has essentially completed restoration work at its Pong-in nuclear test facility and appears to be expanding construction activity into the second tunnel, as reported by Al Jazeera. The Washington, D.C. based think tank said commercial satellite imagery it obtained from June 14 showed minor new activity at tunnel number 3, indicating that the refurbishment and construction work during the past 4 months essentially complete and the tunnel is now ready for the 7th nuclear test. It added that there appeared to be new construction activity at tunnel number 4, strongly suggesting an effort to enable it for potential future testing. After conducting a record number of missile tests this year, including an intercontinental ballistic missile, the United States, South Korea and Japan believe Pyongyang is gearing up for its first nuclear test in 5 years. The CSIS analysis said that the images showed new construction materials that the portal at tunnel number 4, which was destroyed in 2018. You are watching Janata Bulletin, and now the latest from the world of sports. The national football team returned home from Kuwait at 10 a.m. on Thursday through a Qatar Airways flight. And FAS Central Committee member Rupesh Adhikari welcomed the players at the Tribhuvan International Airport upon their arrival. The team lost all 3 matches played during the qualifiers in Kuwait. Although a 31-member squad of Nepal returned home, Chief Coach Abdullah Al Mutairi remained in Kuwait. The chief coach, who had collapsed during one of the matches under the qualifiers, took leave from Anfa to stay back in his homeland. Nepal, which travelled to Kuwait for the qualifiers without 11 senior players, finished bottom of the table without any win in Group A. Nepal had lost the first match against Jordan 2-0, were then beaten by the host Kuwait 4-1 in the second match. Darsan Gurung had scored a lone goal against Kuwait after 40 years. Back in the 1990s, YB Ghale had scored a goal against Kuwait, which happens to be Nepal's first international goal. In the last match of the qualifiers, Nepal were humbled 7-0 by Indonesia. Nepal were limited to 10 men in the first half against Indonesia. Despite the defeats, Captain Navayuk Shrestha said that he was happy with the performance of the new and emerging players. Champions Manchester City face West Ham away on the opening weekend of a 2022-23 Premier League campaign that will include a mid-season break for the World Cup in Qatar. A report.
There will be no top-flight games after the weekend of 12-13 November until 26 December because of the World Cup. The first fixture takes place on Friday, 5th August when Crystal Palace host Arsenal. Liverpool play at promoted Fulham with Nottingham Forest at Newcastle. Forest are back in the Premier League for the first time since 1998-1999. The World Cup, which will feature both England and Wales, start on 21st November. The final is on 18 December, 8 days before the Premier League season resumes. There are no meetings between the Premier League's so-called Big Six on weekend of 12-13 November. The one before the World Cup, following a request by the Football Association. England will meet up on 14th November before flying to Qatar the following day. Special arrangements have been made to allow more time between games played across 3 festive match rounds. This will allow squads greater time to recover. Previously, clubs were given a minimum of 48 hours between matches. After fixtures on 26-27 December, the following match round will be played across 29, 30 and 31st December. The New Year match round will be played on the 2, 3, 4 and 5th January.
We are at the end of Janata Bulletin and the headlines once again. House of Representatives passes the Appropriation Bill. Yamal boycotts lower house meeting. Communication Minister refuses US military presence in Nepal. The minister urges for 24th to complete MCC on time. Nepal to sign Labour Pact with the UK, the government to accept Rs 366 billion grant from Japan. UK offers a helping hand to Ukraine, agrees to host Ukrainian leaders to discuss reconstruction. And Nepal's national football team returns from Kuwait. Captain Navayuk Shrestha happy with the new players despite their defeat. And that's all from the English News Desk for today. You can follow Janata Television and our programs on various social media platforms, including on our website janatasamajar.com. Keep watching Janata Television. Namaste.